in fact, loathes everything to do with Europe, people of European descent, technology, because it's ours. The modern world is ours. He's probably thoroughly anti-Semitic, in favour of an Islamic expansion throughout the entire Middle East and beyond, in all probability. So he's a pretty bad egg as well. But overall, he might believe in destroying our world. Clinton will do it because it pays. So there's not much difference there. I think the core difference is the psychological impact on millions of third worlders, including ones here now and coming here, that if you have a third worlder in their eyes, you know, virtually all black people think in terms of someone else being black being their brother. You know, white, we don't think like that, most of our people. We think about me, we think about my family, at most we think about my country. Whereas black people around the world think about, yeah, he's black, Obama's not black, he's half black. You could say he's white from their point of view, but no, he's got a bit of them. So they have this intense sense of ethnic identity and ethnic loyalty. So they'll all see, and if they see the most powerful job in the world, actually it's an economic basket case, so it's not going to be the most powerful job in the world, that's the leader of China. That's the most powerful job in the world, and will be more and more and more over the next few decades. But they'll see the most powerful job in the world has gone to a black man. That means there's nothing the black man can't do, which is unfortunate because the black men and women who aren't very clever, and I'm not saying it's all of them, I'm just saying some of them aren't very clever, the moment they can't get promoted because they're not actually very clever, they'll think, well, I'm being held back, I'm being discriminated against. And they've already got a chip on their shoulder because of all the stuff about slavery, because in our schools where they and our kids are taught about black slavery, they're not taught about the white slavery, the poor whites in this country. They're not taught that at all. They're not taught that slavery was an economic institution which all people, poor people, suffered under, one way or another. They're taught it's a racial thing. So they've all got a chip on their shoulder. And so they've seen one of theirs, he can make it to the top of America, but I can't make it to the top of this branch of juicance. I'm being discriminated against. And instead of one chip, they get a second chip. So there'll be trouble. And some of them, when they've got a chip on their shoulder, well, they can't take it out, they don't want to work anyway, so they find a white kid in the street and they beat the hell out of him. And it's all to do with this racism that's inculcated in them, and the result of Barack Obama being at the top, it will strengthen them, that. It'll make them feel more confident, more pushy, more resentful if they don't get their own way, so it'll just add a little bit of a tweak to what is in fact a one-way, low-level race war, when huge numbers of various darker ethnic minorities look at us and our society as something to be put down, leapfrogged over and leached off or damaged because it's not theirs. And Mr. Obama being in charge will simply make that worse. Other than that, I don't think it'll make any difference at all. When it comes to getting the world of America out of their economic mess, only a president who's prepared to say, right, the first thing we do is screw the banks because they've been screwing us. We take control of our credit creation back into the government's hands and out of the hands of private banks. Until someone's prepared to do that, nothing will happen. And the last president who tried to do that, Kennedy, got shot.